Amina had always been a girl of quiet determination, the daughter of a cleaning lady who worked tirelessly to make ends meet in a city where the glitter of wealth seemed untouchable. From an early age, she watched her mother scrub marble floors and polish silver for hours, often returning home exhausted but still managing a warm smile and a meal for her only child. Amina grew up understanding the meaning of sacrifice, resilience, and the small joys that could be found in the simplest of things, but she also nurtured a secret ambition. She wanted to break free from the limitations of her world and prove that talent, not birthright, could open doors. She spent countless nights learning to code on an old laptop, designing websites and small apps, and sharing her creations on free online platforms, hoping someone, somewhere, might notice her efforts. One evening, as she scrolled through her inbox with the same mix of hope and skepticism she always felt, she froze. Among the usual spam and advertisement emails was a message that seemed impossibly real. An Arab billionaire, widely known for his enormous wealth, business acumen, and philanthropy, had personally sent her an invitation to apply for a global scholarship program worth millions of dollars. The words blurred before her eyes and she reread them, convinced she must be dreaming. The message explained that his team had discovered her talent through one of her online projects, a small website she had designed for a local charity, and they wanted her to consider an opportunity that could change her life forever. Amina's mind raced. Could this possibly be true? Someone like her, a girl whose mother had spent a lifetime cleaning other people's homes, being noticed by a billionaire halfway across the world? The thought seemed absurd, yet the details in the email were precise. A verified company domain, references to specific work she had uploaded months ago, and a personal note acknowledging her dedication and creativity. Her excitement collided with fear of fraud, of disappointment, of failure, and strangely, of success itself. Yet she felt a spark she had never experienced before. The first real possibility that the life she had always imagined could be within reach. She hesitated for only a moment before replying, her fingers trembling as she typed a cautious but determined acceptance. She didn't yet know that this one click would unravel her world, propelling her from the confines of her modest apartment into the dazzling orbit of global opportunity. In the following days, she found herself preparing for a journey she had only seen in movies. She would travel across continents, leave behind her mother, her small community, and everything familiar, to meet this enigmatic figure whose notice had turned her life upside down. As the plane took off, Amina gazed out at the receding skyline of her city, her heart pounding with anticipation and uncertainty. Questions swirled in her mind. Was she truly ready for the challenges ahead? Could a girl like her really step into a world so different from everything she had ever known? And yet, beneath all the fear and doubt, there was an undeniable thrill, a feeling that this opportunity, improbable as it seemed, was a doorway to a destiny she had long dreamed of, but never dared to reach for. The journey had begun, and for the first time, Amina felt that the boundaries of her life might finally expand beyond the walls she had always known, revealing a future where courage, talent, and perseverance could collide to create something extraordinary. When Amina arrived in the opulent city that seemed to shimmer with wealth, towering buildings reflecting the sun like mirrors, she could hardly believe she had made it this far. Everything around her, the streets filled with luxury cars, the gleaming skyscrapers, and the air of effortless elegance, felt like a dream she had never dared to imagine. Her heart pounded as she approached the office of the billionaire who had reached out to her, a man whose name alone carried power and influence across continents. She expected stiff interviews, formal questions about her credentials, and maybe even a test of her skills, but nothing could have prepared her for the reality she encountered. The doors opened, and she was greeted with a warm, genuine smile by the billionaire himself, who, contrary to the intimidating persona she had imagined, spoke with kindness and curiosity. He asked about her childhood, her mother, her challenges, and her dreams, not about her resume or the complexity of her projects. As she shared her story, the long nights coding on an old laptop, her mother's tireless sacrifices, and her desire to create educational opportunities for underprivileged children, she noticed a subtle, approving nod. He listened with the kind of attention that made her feel seen for the first time in her life, as though her struggles and hopes mattered beyond their immediate context. Then, in a move that completely stunned her, he leaned forward and placed a check on the desk, Not for tuition, scholarships, or small support, but for $10 million, declaring that he wanted her to immediately start her own platform to provide education and resources for children like her, children who had talent but lacked opportunity. Amina's mind raced, her vision blurring with tears of disbelief and gratitude. She tried to speak, but words failed her, leaving only a quiet, stunned silence in the spacious office. The billionaire's gesture was more than generosity. It was a declaration that he believed in her ability to make a real impact on the world. Suddenly, the possibilities that had once seemed so far away now stretched endlessly before her, filled with potential and purpose. Amina realized that this moment was not just about money. It was about trust, recognition, and the power of one person believing in another, enough to give them a chance to transform lives. She thought of her mother, whose endless work and unwavering support had laid the foundation for her courage and persistence, and she felt a surge of responsibility mixed with exhilaration. Could she truly take this gift and create the change she had always dreamed of? The question was daunting, yet thrilling. She promised herself that she would honor this opportunity, not just for her own sake, but for every child whose potential had been ignored, for every family struggling in silence. As she left the office, clutching the check that symbolized more than just wealth, she felt a new sense of purpose coursing through her veins. The knowledge that one act of recognition, one moment of belief from someone willing to see her talent, could rewrite a lifetime. Amina's life had been transformed in ways she had never imagined, proving that even the humblest beginnings could lead to extraordinary futures when courage, talent, and a touch of faith collided. And in that dazzling city, amid skyscrapers and limitless ambition, she finally understood that her journey had only just begun, and that the shocking generosity of a billionaire had opened the door to a world where dreams could become reality, and where she herself could become a force for change.